another potential counter trend setup that I'm thinking about taking. As you can see, price is selling off. Let's clear out all of this actually. Let's clear out all these joints. If you look on the daily, let's give a read of the daily right quick. This is broken. This low right here was broken. That's a long term low. That was broken. Let's see how it looks on the 4 hour. Mm-hmm. Broke and still continuing to go down. The way I'm reading it is that this break has to be rebalanced at some point. So I'm going to use this as my dealing range right now. This is going to be where we looking for entries. I'm going to drop now 50 line right quick. Well, let me zoom in some more to make sure I get it. I don't know. I just like to be really precise. Mhm. So this is how we look from the 4 hour point of view. I do see price coming back to this, coming close to this red line at least, to give some type of rebalance on the 4 hour chart. If you look on the 1 hour, it was sellers, rebalance, sellers, attempt to rebalance, sell. So I feel like, not I feel, because it don't matter how I feel honestly. If this is broken, then I'm going in for a buy because that'll be the rebalance on the 15 minute. Right here, let's look at this. I want all of this to be, well, most of this to be rebalanced, honestly. Let's put a little note in there. Call it a rebalance zone. Put it in the middle. So if we look on the 30, let's go to the 4 hour and see what that rebalance zone hitting on. Okay, cool. Just into this low. For real, let's mark it up on the 4 hour to give it to make it more precise actually. But there's also a possibility that price could continue going down. But imbalance, rebalance, that's the way of the market, honestly. So I'll be cutting my risk in half. And because I'm cutting my risk in half, I would not be leaving a runner because I don't think it makes sense to leave a runner. It's already a counter trend. That's like just take what you can get and leave, honestly. So it's 10:58. We just gonna see what the market gives. Oh, it's not. So yeah. Okay, it is now 11:22, and I'm gonna enter right here. But let me walk it down right quick just to make sure I'm not making a bad decision for real. So this line right there is where that candle just placed. 5 minute, 1 minute. So this should really be the high that was broken. Let me see something. I would usually want to cover that low, but it really is what it is. Okay, I press this. Okay, we in now. Ideally, I would have want to cover this low, but that would have called for me to move my stop loss and I go on with a set stop loss and set take profit, honestly. So we're just gonna see how this goes. I already showed you the logic behind the trade, why I took the trade, although it is a counter trend trade. Um, as you can see, this purple line was my rebalance zone where I wanted price to rebalance into. So we're just gonna see how it plays out. You feel me? Just gonna see how it plays out. So I want to point out something. I usually don't even look at my trades. Well, I try not to look at my trades for real. I don't want to. I feel like that's torture. I'm just keeping it real. I don't like seeing these numbers go up and down and stuff like that. So as you can see, the trade reversed. It was in profit. It was almost there. It reversed down. The reason I'm not so worried about it, let's go to the 5 minute, is because my whole system is made up of imbalances and rebalances. I can't expect that it only follows those laws or that law when I want it to. Law is law. Law, for it to be law, it has to work all the time. So I say that to mean if there's a lot of buy pressure, it has to be a rebalance. So who knows what's gonna happen? But this literally like it's just crazy to say this and see this for real. But the old me would definitely be scared out of my mind right now. Like, oh man, why did that reverse? But I just understand the law. Like, if it goes up, it has to come down at some point. So I'm not even worried about that. Like, honestly, I'm seeing that prices now rebalancing this imbalance, which it had to do. And we're gonna see if it continues to go up or if it just goes down and continues making lower lows because it still is. We still in. There's still a lot of sell pressure in the market, which we already knew. Hence why we cut our risk. So yeah, we're just gonna let this play out for real. It's 11:44. I don't trade after 12, but if I'm still in this trade, I'm just gonna let it ride out. So it's either what we say, Mal, take profit or stop loss, no in between. Like you're gonna let your trades, you're gonna trust your trades, or you're not gonna trust it. Literally, it's either you trust it or you don't. You don't contradict yourself like that. So we're gonna see how this trade play out. But I just had to point out that like I wanted you to actively see like how this trade reversed and literally was down, and I gave a read on what was happening while my trade was down, a live trade. I want people to see like no like this is actually my thought process when I'm in these trades. Like okay, if it's going down, it's because the market isn't gonna stop respecting itself for you. Like, who are you for real? Like, really think about like what is your little $150, $1,000, $10,000, even if you trading up to 25K, that ain't nothing compared to how much the big banks trading. They don't really care about how you feel. They don't care about your system. You feel me? So the rules is the rules. They're not gonna disrespect themselves for you. Like they have rules they play by, and they're gonna continue playing by these rules. Your only job is to make your money and get out of there. You can learn their rules, you feel me? And you can make your own rules, but either way you put it, your rules has to respect their rules, no matter what it is. Your whole strategy is based on how the market moves. So you can't be mad how it play out. If it play out good, if it play out bad, it is what it is because the market, the market, the market is king. You feel me? This is their game. We just playing along, trying to get little pieces of the pie while we learn, while we grow, while we try to make this money from the market for real. But in actuality, though, I'm just gonna leave this trade right here. It is doing a lot of like back and forth, which I'm not really used to being in trades this long for real. But I'm fully aware of the risk I was taking. I knew it was gonna be a counter trend trade, like all of that, all of the whole nine. So we just gonna see. Okay, so as you can see, this is what happened with the trade. I'm acting calm right now, but I'm actually really happy. Like I'm literally smiling like ear to ear right now, for real. Like because it's no better feeling than like one being right, but better than that is knowing what's happening, calling it out, and seeing this take place. I should have pointed this out like while this trade was right here, but this is what I wanted to make note of. Honestly, you see these right here. Mhm. So when this was going down, another reason why I wasn't worried is because I knew that all this was up here on the top of each high sits liquidity. Somebody started selling here, someone started selling here. That same person or same institutions or whatever started selling right here also. And of course, right here was like, okay, we definitely have to sell back here. All this was for me was liquidity being built up that I know would have to be swept. I knew it had to be swept. Let's go on the 4 hour to look at our rebalance zone. Great, great actually. Let's go to the 1 hour. Like We already know this is gonna be straight rebalancing going on, and I call it out early at the beginning. So yeah, that's the trade for the day. We three trades in for the week. We traded every day this week so far, and I've only been trading more because I've been taking a lot of counter trends also, but not even a lot. I took a few counter trends this week because imbalance, rebalance, even if it's no matter what market it is, that's the law. It has to imbalance or rebalance. My only job is to observe and execute if I see anything that respects my system. So yeah. And also today we got out a little late, honestly. We got out at 12:08. Yeah, that was a little late, but yeah. Also, what did I learn today? Everything I learned, I was kind of in the live sessions. I kind of teach you as I go, or teach and really learn from myself as we go, for real. But what did I learn today? Let me think for real. I learned that for something to be law, it has to be true all the time. And something that I can say that I realize is true all the time. I wish like I should know, but I'm really seeing it more and more the more I trade is the imbalance rebalance. No matter which way it's trending. Imbalance rebalance. Imbalance rebalance. Imbalance in the market with a rebalance. Imbalance in the market with a rebalance. Imbalance with a rebalance. And now we went, we going down. Imbalance, rebalance, imbalance, price imbalance, the sell pressure. It had to rebalance. Then it imbalance again, then it rebalance, but broke this. Like that's all the market does all day. That's all it does. It's law. It's because it's always because it's true 100% of the time that the market is going to imbalance and rebalance. My only job is to be ready. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to be nothing besides ready when it comes to trading. Just be ready to execute how you need to execute. You know.